Good morning. Wake up. It's time to go to work. Time to go to work. Let me grab coffee. See you. Hello, and take a look at this. You sound nice. Beautiful. Alright, guys, time to wake up and get to work. First thing first. Alright, first thing first. Drink this, okay? First thing. This is what I do. Alright, see, I just want to show you the sunrise. Let's fight for our freedom together. Get up every morning fighting for our freedom, for our dreams, for our children's future. Join in, to discuss. មានតែបុណ្យលើព្រះចាន្ទ្រាជាព្រាកំដរព្រះចាន្ទ្រាជាព្រាកំដរទុំគុំព្រួយនឹងរូបខ្ញុំការត្រពុំគូររួយជីវិតមនុស្សមិនទៀងឡើយហើយទូតាមប្រព្រែងតាមផលកម្ម Hey, good morning. Good morning. Who's up? Who is up? I just want to get up early so I can see the sunrise. I know. Most of us still sleep right now. All right. Good morning. First thing first, every morning, this is how I stay healthy. Okay? Our body needs redox. We need redox, okay? Make sure we have redox every morning. Because as we get older, we run out of this. Drink it like this. Okay, from beginning, first time you might taste something, but after a while, just like water. The reason you can taste it, smells it from the beginning, the first time, because your body needs it. Your body run out. So when your body is replenished with redox, you don't taste anything. Okay. So try it today. Call me. I can help you order. It doesn't taste anything, okay? Beautiful sunrise. Beautiful. Get up early. Can you see the sun shining? Anybody get up yet? Okay, first thing before coffee, drink this. You want redox to go inside your body and it'll seek all the damaged cells, okay, bad cells, renew, repair, rejuvenate our cells, okay? Gausika, the Gausika. Love it. Don't waste any drop of it. And then I put this on my face. Of course, after you shower. Okay, this is concentrated redox, okay? And this is moisturizer. Every morning, take the time, take care of yourself. Before you work, take care of yourself. Relax, meditate. Okay, people go through a lot of stress. When you work for somebody, you have a lot of stress. You gotta get up early. You gotta, You know, it's stressful to work for somebody, and that's why we're fighting for to have our own business, to be our own boss, but not by yourself. You have a team, okay? Okay, we gotta learn together. Okay, we gotta learn. Working by yourself is hard, harder than being an employee. But so we found a way, right? We have to work as a team. Nobody can be successful alone. Okay, nobody can be successful alone. รู้ว่าเนี่ย Okay, take care of your health first. Shake it. Put in Redox. That's very highly concentrated Redox, okay? Small tube. I'm doing this to remind you to take time to take care for your skin. Okay? A lot of professional, you know, people who do professional service kind of work, they too busy to forget take time to take care of themselves. So I'm doing this to remind us to take a few minutes every morning, take care of ourselves. Okay, first thing first. It's not hard. Okay. And then maybe wait for 10-20 minutes and you can have your coffee, okay? So I have my coffee here. I wait a few minutes. Let's get started. And people still asleep at 6-7 o'clock. And I get one daily. Did you know that wealthy people have a plan for their children from like day one? As soon as the baby was born, right? As soon as possible. 15 days. 15 days old. Wealthy people know. The rest of us didn't know. I didn't know. I just found out. That's why I get all the degree, license, certificate, so that I can come here to tell you. Okay? So join me to learn. It's really sad to see people get up every morning and fighting every morning. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. Okay? So I made a lot of sacrifices the last 10 years to study and research. Okay, so I want everybody to know about this. Life is very limited on earth. So if you know something good, share with us. Okay, that's what I'm doing. I'm sharing with you everything I know. If I'm not here tomorrow, you know everything. You know everything I know. All right, so one thing I know, the most important thing I know is that the rich people, they know about this. So when they know, they leave generational wealth. But people who don't know, we leave a lot of suffering, debts, and they don't teach us in school. Can you believe it? They don't teach us in school. So I'm going to show you all these stories, okay? Our companies, our organization, what we have accomplished as a group together for the last 30 years or so, right? Life is all about sharing. Okay, if you know something good that helps you, would you share with someone? Of course you do, right? You share when you have bought a new house. You share when you bought a new car. You share when you bought new shoes. You name it, right? Everything you have, you love, something that helps you, make you happy. You share with the world. So I want you to know what the wealthy people know. They have a plan for their children so they don't have to struggle. So the children don't have to struggle. So our children don't have to take a risk. គេបងប្អូនខ្មែរសប្បាយណាអ្នកមានណាគេមាន plan ឲ្យកូនគេកើតមកភ្លាមមួយឆ្នាំគេមានកម្រងការឲ្យកូនគេអស់ហើយអញ្ចឹងកូនគេអត់ភ័យផ្សងព្រេងទៅរៀនណាទៅរៀនហើយទៅធ្វើការមួយជីវិតណាផ្សងព្រេងណាស់បងប្អូនហើយឪពុកម្ដាយយើងអត់ដឹងណាហើយនាំកូនទៅរៀនហើយណាព្រលឹមឡើងដឹកជញ្ជូនទៅហើយខ្លួនឯងនេះ20-30 ឆ្នាំមុនអត់ដឹងដូចគ្នាណាបងប្អូន so I didn't know it either, right? What the rich know that the rest of us don't know ចឹងមករៀនមកណាបងហើយមិនបាច់ចេះច្រើនទេរៀនយកចេះប៉ុន្តែត្រូវតែមានគម្រោងការអ្នកខ្លះមានយើងចេះច្រើនដឹងច្រើនប៉ុន្តែយើងអត់ដឹងគម្រោងការរឿងទុកដាក់លុយរឿង plan មិនអាចរស់បានស្រួលទេអញ្ចឹងអ្នកមានគេដឹងរឿងអស់ហ្នឹងណាចាកូនចៅគេអត់ភ័យទេនេះចាំមើលណា Yeah ចាំបង Make sure you watch this story, okay? Wait, can I hear? Let me get the voice. Okay, listen to this.
I came to this country in 1995. I was able to find this organization back in November 2003. And then I traveled to Fresno, California to see or to be part of a big event of 4,000 people back in 2004 January. At that event, I was inspired. I was able to see a bigger picture, for my community to help us understand how to build a solid financial foundation. Back then, my average income was less than $30,000 a year. So my main goal was to replace my income so I can do this business full time. I was able to do that by March 2006. That's when I went full time. Over the years, I learned to become a strong business owner with a big mission, with a big vision as well. Today, not only I was able to build a strong financial foundation for me and my family, but as well help other families in our own community and as well other communities. I'd like to invite you to our next big event that's going to happen in Virtual. We're expecting over 200,000 people to attend this life-changing event. I believe you're going to be able to see, what's possible for you and your family. Just like I changed my future and my generation to come, I believe we can do the same too with our business opportunities that we provide. Not only will give you great information with our books on financial education and workshops, but we also give you how to build a sustainable business that you can learn and apply. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.
Hello, my name is Angela McKay, and I am a cybersecurity analyst by profession. I am new to the campaign, but I'm not new to WSB. I've been a client of Ms. Lisa McCray for over 14 years, and I've been a campaigner for the last 5 months. I started out with a term policy, and now I have several IULs. One of the reasons why I decided to join the campaign is the vision and the mission to educate 30 million families by 2030. Once I heard that information, I was all in. I am one of those prime examples where I make a good income. I make a six-figure income at my profession, but I did not know where to save my money to take advantage of tax, to have it grow, to have it safe. So if I do not have that information, I know there's a lot of individuals out there like myself who have the money to save, but do not know exactly where and how to save it. And this is why I am a proud campaigner with WSB. Thank you for letting me share.
Oops. Sorry. One more time.
Hi everyone, my name is April. I'm a proud campaigner with World System Builder. I've been involved with this organization now for about 8 years, and it's really been one of the best decisions that I ever made in my life. My family and I came to Canada in 2005 with big hopes and big dreams, and soon enough, those big hopes became small hopes and bigger bets. We were initially helped in this campaign as clients so that we could have a proper debt plan. And eventually, one of our trainers showed us that, hey, why don't you actually do this business part time, teach other people about finances, and make some extra income so that you can pay off your debt faster and so that your parents can actually save more for the future to the retirement. It's something very special happened in my life because I was exposed to information that I never heard of in my life. And I really thought that this information really needs to be shared to anyone and everybody. So while I was finishing school, basically I started this business when I was 18, and that's when my journey started. So when I graduated in 2016, I naturally transitioned full time and really started to build this business seriously and help more families along the way. So what this business has been able to do for me and my family is a lot. You know what? I've been able to really own my own time and really have some serious fun in this business. I've been able to travel to 13 countries because of this organization and build good friendships with my clients and my colleagues and my team members all over US and Canada as well. But the most important win for me in this business is my parents are finally now debt free because of the information that we've shared, because of the extra income that we made, and I know that they're really on track to build a solid financial foundation. And even for myself, I know that I am on track to of literally saving my own future. And the time that I'm investing here in this business, right, in building a solid business as well, will pay dividends to my future children and for generations to come. And that is the legacy that I want to leave behind in this world and in this business. So if ever you're wondering, hey, what is this campaign all about? You know what? Take the time to really learn about it because it may just change your life a little bit or a lot, just like mine. I'm one of the millions and millions of families that this campaign has impacted. It might be you next. Thank you. See you soon.
Very good. See that.
At CarGurus, we give every morning, Lord, who am I gonna help? Lord, who am I gonna talk to today if this is the purpose you have for me? My name is Dali Balbatibayan from the Oak Brook Financial Center. Was raised and born in the Philippines. I migrated in the land of opportunity, America, in 1992. As a nurse, I was working 12 hours, 16 hours, didn't think about the future, the good times, had a big house, luxury cars. We had a little bit of savings, but before we get married, I was told that I have cancer in my breast. Then after that, 10 years later, cancer came back. Went into my bones, my spine, my skull, my hips. Went through many treatments. When I was first diagnosed, I didn't even know about long-term care. When I get sick, whatever we had, we lost it. Financially, we were challenged. Whatever we saved up was not enough. We were up here, then we're down here, and up and down. No matter how much money you have in your bank, your 401k, when sickness coming your way, and you're not prepared, you lose it. It was tough. So now that we have WFG, I get to share my story and that hopefully people will learn from it. I truly believe that this is something that God has for me, to educate families, to tell them the importance of getting proper protection. Nothing else but to help and share my story.
Wow.
Every morning, Lord, who am I going to help?
A lot of stories. A lot of story, right? So we get to help those people before it's too late.
Attention business owners, to help you through the current situation, we're offering you a free copy of Chris Cardell's book, 77 Ways to...
Here's the next story.
Hi, my name is Brian Wang. I want to share with
PhD.
you my story in the WT platform. I came from China in 1999 for my PhD study in UC St. Barbara. And later, after I graduate, I become a principal engineer and in the Future 500 company. And the base is in China, as you can see on the background. I've been visiting the manufacturing line. And on the top right is my family, my wife, Susan, and my kids, Jessica. Actually, we visited the park. As an engineer, we have been very happy with the income and the job and the boss, the company. However, two things bothers me. One is we make income, but we don't know how to invest for our retirement in long run, how to save the tax, those financial knowledges. And the second one is actually the career when I hit a principal engineer, and the next level is hard to reach and hit the glass ceiling. So I'm thinking to have something change. And luckily, in the 2012, I'm invited by the Kent to join this platform initially as a part-timer, and also with our CEO Zhongxi help as a coach. In 2015, actually I start earning 250K as a part-time income, and also become a Green Jacket. As you see, we're all in the New York Times Square to celebrate the Green Jacket. And in 2018, actually, we become full-timer with the WSB. And my wife and I, this picture is showing on the top level of the Transamerica building in San Francisco. And because the good mission by 30 by 30 means 20, in 2030, we will invite 30 million people into our financial education campaign. And I become full-timer after that, 2018. And not just working as a professional or as well as a career, helping people help understand financial education. Actually, we have a lot of fun to travel around the world. This is the first year we go to the super trip with my kids when she is about 7 years, and we go together to Thailand and feeding the banana to the baby elephant. And also, we have a lucky to bring my father when he is 75 years old into Hawaii. That's the first time for him to join the trip with us. And not just a family trip, we do have a huge team all together to visit Israel and all the super trip all together. So looking forward everyone to join us into our platform and learn about the financial knowledge for yourself and explore the exciting careers with us. Thank you.
Wow, a lot of great stories.
Dr. Gundry, which one is better? Kale or spinach?
More bitter, more better. The right vegetables and fruit can help you lose weight, give you more energy, and really help digestive problems. So I tell you what, let's go shopping.
Like him.
Okay, I want to show you some of my favorite vegetables.
Like this
you should be
commercial.
having all the time. This is rapini. Looks like a beautiful bouquet that you should be carrying
Rapini.
to a wedding. And it's
Nice.
really, really bitter. But if you cook it with onions and garlic and a lot of olive oil, it becomes one of the most succulent dishes that you can have. More bitter, more better.
More bitter, more better.
You know, the buddies in your gut think this is the best. The artichoke heart and all the leaves that you get the little pulp out of. Throw them in a pot with a little water, cook them for a half an hour, peel the leaves, dip them in olive oil, and you got a treat for your gut. The onion.
Wow.
Don't be afraid of onions. Don't be afraid to experiment with the different colors of onions. The darker red, the more polyphenols. So fry some red onion. People know that there's something wrong. They're eating healthier than ever, and yet they're sicker than ever.
And you think it's stoppable through diet?
Yes,
Really?
yes.
We live in the most advanced era in human history, right? There have never been more medical breakthroughs than there are right now. So tell me one thing. Why is the health of the average American plummeting? Why are digestive issues like bloating, cramps, and constipation at the highest levels ever recorded? Why do so many of us struggle with fatigue and low mood? Why are skin problems, achy joints, allergies, and constant colds something that millions of Americans deal with every single day? Why are 66% of Americans overweight, diabetic, or pre-diabetic? And why is that number skyrocketing every day? With projections that in 10 years, a staggering 85% of all Americans will be overweight or obese. Because modern medicine profits from sickness, not health. And in my opinion, their worst fear is that you learn the true cause of what ails you and that you solve it once and for all. That's why I made this video. My name is Dr. Stephen Gundry, and for much of my adult life, I was overweight. My knees and bones ached, and I was tired all the time. This was despite being a world-renowned cardiothoracic surgeon and living the perfect healthy lifestyle most of my fellow doctors recommended. I rarely ate fast food. I consumed low-fat dairy and whole grains. I ran 30 miles a week and worked out at the gym daily. Despite all this, I was 70 pounds overweight, had high blood pressure, migraine headaches, arthritis, high cholesterol, and insulin resistance. I wore braces on my knees because they hurt so much. That was then. Today, I'm proud to say I'm not only thin and healthy, I'm actually happy because I finally feel clean and healthy. on the inside. I'm turning 70 this year, and people often assume I'm 10 years younger than I am. Best of all, I've now helped tens of thousands of people achieve the same results, including people of every age, many of whom were in really bad shape and thought they could never get healthy. To accomplish this yourself, you do not need to visit a doctor. You do not need to have an expensive surgery. You do not need to do crazy workouts. And you don't have to starve yourself. What you do need to do is change just one aspect of your health. And if you do it, I can practically guarantee your health and life will change in a matter of weeks or even days. What's the one thing you need to change? Your gut. Today, I'm going to share with you my brand new Gut Cleanse protocol for transforming your physical health and achieving the life you deserve. Much of what you're about to hear has never been shared before outside my world-famous clinics in Santa Barbara and Palm Springs, California. And it's based on scientific research from my 40 years practicing medicine. And do you know the best part? It's actually easy, as long as you're prepared for several myths you've heard all your life to be shattered. As you may know, there are over 340,000 people on Earth right now who are over 100 years old. Amazingly, many of them are still dancing, biking, feeling great, and enjoying life even after their centennial birthday. In fact, I've met many and even been doctored to, several who looked so good, people thought they were 30 to 40 years younger than their actual age. I'm here to tell you that despite what you've heard, their amazing health is not due to good luck or superior genetics. They live in different countries, eat different foods. Some have no vices, and some smoke cigarettes and drink wine all day. But if you look at these people closely, a very specific pattern about their lifestyle becomes crystal clear. And by studying this secret pattern, I believe we've discovered a master key that unlocks your body's health and longevity. I've spent many years learning this secret and testing it on myself. And wow, is it working for me? Better than I ever thought possible. It's also working for thousands of people who come to see me at my clinics. And today, I will share this secret, every detail, with you. Why am I doing this? Firstly, the waiting list to see me in Palm Springs and Santa Barbara is currently over a year long. And that's with me working 6 days a week and taking almost no vacation. It's become obvious to me that if I'm going to reach my goal of helping the millions of Americans who struggle with weight, digestive issues, unending food cravings, fatigue, skin problems, physical discomfort, and a host of other issues, I need to spread the word right now about the true cause of these health problems, so the good people of this country can finally take back control of their bodies. In my 40 years of experience in medicine, I eventually came to this unbelievable conclusion. We live in a world where doctors, insurance companies, and drug makers don't provide health care. They provide disease care, waiting for us to get sick so they can charge us for pills to manage our pain, and hiding from you the fact that they aren't in control of your health. You are. And that key to living a long, healthy life is actually free and something everyone has access to. And it all starts in your gut. Now, you may have heard about the power of the gut before, but I can promise you, you have never heard what I'm about to share with you today. This is brand new information that I feel is going to make 2021 the year we all look back on as a major shift in the health of people around the country and hopefully the world. And if you've ever suffered from digestive issues or weight gain or brain fog or fatigue or achy joints or skin problems or cravings for sweets and carbs, or especially if you've suffered from several or all of these things, it is not your fault. And I encourage you to listen closely for the next few minutes. I will explain everything and the simple method I've used to help not just myself, but thousands of other people who swear by the simple protocol I'm about to share with you right now. Again, my name is Dr. Stephen Gundry, and I'm a cardiothoracic surgeon and celebrated nutritionist living in Palm Springs and Santa Barbara, California. I graduated with honors from Yale University and received my medical doctorate from the Medical College of Georgia. I spent 16 years as a professor of surgery and pediatrics and chairman of cardiothoracic surgery at the world-famous Loma Linda University School of Medicine. Along with my former partner, Leonard Bailey, I perform more infant and pediatric heart transplants than any other doctor in the world. I'm the inventor of the Gundry retrograde cardioplegia cannula, one of the most widely used devices to keep the human heart alive during open heart surgery. I was one of the original 20 surgeons who tested the world's first artificial heart and one of the first to use robots in surgery. I've seen tens of thousands of patients with a spectrum of health issues, including cardiovascular disease, cancer, autoimmune conditions, diabetes, and obesity. But you may know me better from my appearances on shows such as Dr. Oz or interviews on news channels across America, or my online videos on health and wellness, which have over 50 million views. And according to my colleagues, this video is my most important video to date. I'm also the personal physician for legendary self-help guru Tony Robbins, who was kind enough to recently say, Dr. Gundry is one of America's greatest and most knowledgeable physicians, and for years I've had the good fortune to benefit from his care. Why do Tony Robbins, Fortune 500 executives, and thousands of other Americans come to me for help? The answer is simple, because I'm willing to tackle medical issues that nobody else can fix. People come to me when they've been everywhere, Harvard, the Mayo Clinic, Stanford, UCLA, and they still can't find answers. Because I'm not afraid to try solutions that go against the grain. In fact, in my experience, many health professionals are often 10 to 20 years behind on the latest research and in some cases actually doing more harm than good. And that's why after 16 years as chief of heart surgery, I left my position at Loma Linda University School of Medicine. Why did I do it? Why would a successful doctor leave a prestigious career and turn his back on conventional medicine? Well, the reason may shock you. I realized that much of what I had learned, much of what we were telling patients was flat out wrong. Specifically, my research showed that many of the conditions I was treating, weight gain, poor circulation, deteriorating health, heart issues, even mental decline, they were all starting in a place nobody was talking about, the gut. My first hint that our intestinal tracts were far more important than people thought actually came when I was performing heart surgery back in the 1980s. Back then, I used to see a lot of people with plaque blockages in their arteries from years of smoking cigarettes. But usually, when we were bypassing the blockage, the rest of a smoker's arteries were perfectly clean. But as the years went by, I started seeing fewer smokers and more people with diabetes, high insulin levels, and obesity, which, as you may know, are all correlated with poor gut health. When we performed heart surgery on these people, it was far worse than the smokers' arteries. Their arteries were riddled with plaque blockages. We could barely find a blood vessel that was healthy. The surgeries, while successful, became far more difficult. I couldn't believe it. Literally, people who had smoked cigarettes every day of their lives had healthier hearts than people who were suffering from conditions associated with an unhealthy GI tract. If you're shocked to hear that poor gut health can actually be worse for you than a lifetime of smoking cigarettes, believe me, I was shocked too. So I began dedicating all of my research to learning everything I could about intestinal health. We all knew that poor intestinal health could lead to digestive discomfort, constipation, irritable bowels, and heartburn. But how could a malfunctioning gut lead to problems with your skin, your weight, your energy, your joints, your heart, and even your brain? Back then, nobody was asking the question. But today, thanks to years of research, we finally have the answer. You see, our GI tracts are very long. In fact, if you stretch your intestines out, they'd have more surface area than an entire tennis court. But they're also very thin. The lining of your intestines is actually just one cell thick, which is basically the thinnest thing that you can imagine. The gut walls need to be this thin because they act like high-tech sponges, sucking up all the nutrients and vitamins from the food you eat and sending the good stuff throughout your body. What's left over becomes food for your gut bacteria, which we refer to as your microbiome. They grow and make more bacteria. And what you deposit in the toilet as poop is, well, mostly loads of living and dead bacteria. So in short, this is how your gut works. You eat food. Your intestinal walls absorb the good stuff from the food, and what's left over gets eaten by your microbiome, which you then get rid of when you go to the bathroom. And when your gut is healthy, these gut walls do their job great, turning food into energy and getting rid of the poop smoothly and cleanly, like a brand new drain pipe in your bathroom. But here's the problem. Because these gut walls are so thin, they can sometimes tear. And certain things are especially good at causing tears. The worst of these are called lectins. Lectins are sharp, nasty little proteins found in certain kinds of food. Remember when I told you that whole grain bread is terrible for you? That's because those whole wheat grains contain lectins. The lectins are in those dark brown husks of the grain seeds. You can actually imagine them looking like smaller versions of those pointy little seeds. These sharp microscopic lectins are also in the skin of several kinds of vegetables, including tomatoes, eggplants, and red bell peppers. And when these sharp lectins get into your gut, watch out, because they tear the lining of your gut walls, creating small holes. So if you have to eat bread, I recommend white sourdough, which has far fewer lectins than whole wheat alternatives. Speaking of lectins, think back to your bathroom now. Imagine if you started flushing sharp, rusty nails down the toilet. Maybe you could flush one or two and be okay, but if you flushed handfuls of rusty nails for days or weeks, after a while they would scrape little holes in your pipes. Pretty soon, little bits of dirty sewage would start leaking out of the pipe, into your walls, your floors, even your house's foundation. I know, this sounds pretty gross, but you need to hear it, because unfortunately, this is what can happen in your GI tract. This is what I and a growing number of experts now refer to as leaky gut. Lectins and other bad guys tearing holes in your gut lining, allowing tiny particles of poop to leak out into your bloodstream. And once this happens, you can start to see why leaky gut can cause so many health problems. Once they get into your bloodstream, these dirty particles storm across your entire body like an invading horde. If these toxins get into your joints, they can cause aches and pain. If they get into your skin, they can cause itchiness, redness, acne, and rashes. If they get into your upper GI tract, they can cause heartburn and indigestion. If they get into your heart tissue, they can cause the kind of deadly health issues I spent my entire career trying to prevent, including heart disease and even death. And do you know the worst part? To your brain, all of these terrible things are perceived as attacks on your body, the same as if you have a virus. So your brain goes on high alert to threat level red to stop these attacks, sending white blood cells to fix the problem, which it can do for a while, but your brain just can't stay on threat level red all day, every day. Pretty soon, the cells that protect your brain from attack start to wear down. And when these glial cells in your brain are strained too hard, they actually cause your brain cells to die. I probably don't have to tell you what happens when brain cells start to die. Headaches, brain fog, and losing your mental sharpness are just the first signs of damage. But if these toxins are left to rampage through your body for months or even years, the damage can be far, far worse. If the thought of these health issues keep you up at night, believe me, I'm right there with you. So you can see why I now say leaky gut isn't just some small issue that causes digestive discomfort. In my opinion, it's actually a root cause of many of the issues that plague us, both physical and mental. Now, you may be wondering something about lectins. How can something supposedly healthy, like a tomato, be so bad for me? After all, haven't humans been eating these foods for our entire history? Actually, this is another myth. Your ancestors didn't eat any of these so-called health foods. You see, tomatoes, bell peppers, and eggplants weren't introduced to Western civilization until 1492, when Christopher Columbus discovered them in the New World and brought them back to Europe. That's right, before Columbus, nobody in Italy had ever had tomato sauce, eggplant parmesan, or a single slice of pizza. Of course, Columbus had no idea these foods were packed with lectins or the impact they could have on our GI tracts, which had never been exposed to the foreign foods before. Now, in the case of whole grain wheat, humans in general have been eating it a while longer, since farming began about 10,000 years ago. But even then, most societies historically removed the dark wheat husk and instead ate white bread, which is not a coincidence, because it's in the dark husk that gut-destroying lectins are contained. This is also why everyone in Asia, who have been eating rice for thousands of years, prefer to eat white rice, not brown. However, since about 1970, the use of supposedly healthy brown rice and whole wheat breads and pastas have skyrocketed in our society thanks to successful marketing campaigns to rebrand these things as healthy, with virtually no evidence, I might add. You know what else has happened since 1970? The obesity rate has more than tripled. The diabetes rate has skyrocketed 800%. An astounding 70% of Americans are now considered overweight or obese, and I was one of them. As a heart surgeon, I simply couldn't get my mind around it. How could Americans with the best medical technology in the world, the richest economy, a gym on every corner, and an abundance of health foods on every grocery store aisle be this sick and getting worse every year? Well, believe me, there is an answer, and there is a way to lose that weight, restore your energy, and fix the nagging health problems that are robbing you of your joy. A way to look and feel fantastic again, the way you should, and it all starts in your gut. Okay, on to the good news. Once I realized the importance of a healthy gut, I began to look at sickness in a completely different way. I was convinced that by unlocking the secrets of a renewed gut, we could find a sort of master key to better health and a longer, happier life. And perhaps the most important piece of the puzzle came when I began studying what researchers refer to as the blue zones. A blue zone is a nickname for the 5 places in the world that contain the most centenarians, people over 100 years old of anywhere in the world. In these specific places, people not only live to be over 100, but they are routinely healthier, more mobile and active, look younger and have fewer wrinkles, and have dramatically lower incidence of disease than everywhere else on Earth. These locations are the Italian island of Sardinia, Okinawa, Japan, Loma Linda, California, where I once lived and worked as a professor at Loma Linda University, the Nicoya Peninsula of Costa Rica, the Greek island of Icaria, and in my research, I've identified 2 additional regions of super longevity, the Catavans in Papua New Guinea, and the residents of Acciaroli, a small town south of Naples, Italy. As you can imagine, researchers have recently become very interested in studying these places and figuring out the source of their incredible longevity. You might think researchers discovered these people are all eating the same diet or living similar lifestyles. Actually, the opposite is true. Just look at the differences. The Acciarolis eat fish and anchovies, huge amounts of rosemary and olive oil, drink a lot of wine, and eat no bread or pasta. Okay, so fish is good and bread is bad, right? Well, the Sardinians with extreme longevity live in the mountains, so they eat no fish, but they have goat cheese and goat meat and actually eat lots of bread. Now, the Nicoyan don't have fish or bread. Their staples include corn tortillas, beans, and rice. The Seventh-day Adventists in Loma Linda eat a lot of nuts and soybeans, and the majority of Seventh-day Adventists are vegetarians or vegans and have very healthy lifestyles. On the other hand, the Catawbans smoke tobacco like fiends and eat huge amounts of taro root, which is a carb, and coconut, which is a saturated fat. Yet, they are very skinny, have never had a documented heart attack or stroke, and regularly live into their 90s. Without medical care, I might add. You can see why researchers have no idea what makes these people live so long. They couldn't be more different from each other. But I was surprised to learn that of all the research people had done on Blue Zone lifestyles, nobody had studied one important area. That's right, their gut health. You see, my own research and that of others has shown that gut health is correlated with long life. In 2017, my colleagues at King's College London discovered that people with Alzheimer's disease showed significant amounts of bad bacteria in their guts, and that it might actually be the bad bacteria causing the brain problems, not the other way around. And in one of the largest human gut studies of all time, over 1,000 healthy people from China were analyzed by researchers at Western University in Canada. This included young people, middle-aged people, elderly people, including a group of super-agers who were over 90 but still in fantastic health. What the researchers found in the guts of these super-agers was shocking. According to Dr. Greg Glore, the lead investigator, the main conclusion is that if you are ridiculously healthy and 90 years old, your gut microbiota is not that different from a healthy 30-year-old in the same population. That's right, the 90-year-old's secret wasn't just good genes or surgeries to make them look young, it was that their guts were young. Now, back to the people living in the blue zones. When I looked closely at their lifestyles and compared it to my own research on gut health, I began to notice something that nobody else had seen. Firstly, many of these cultures eat foods that contain lectins, which in theory can and does damage their gut walls. But when I studied their diet,
Wow. I'm sharing the campaign, but end up saw very good health reporting from Dr. Gundry. It's very good. So what do you guys think? Okay, life is all about planning for the future and hold on. So hi guys. Was trying to share the campaign, but I came across with a very good video about Dr. Gundry, right? Talking about health. Very good, very good. So I hope you learned something, right? So life is all about sharing good health, okay? Health and having a plan, okay? Having a plan is very important. Okay, we see two problems, right? Two problems. One, people have, the majority of people, well, what do you guys think? I think it's both way. Either they're not healthy or they're not wealthy. So that's why I'm sharing both of these. So like people say, well, which one do you do? I say, I do both. From the beginning, I was focusing on financial planning, teaching financial literacy, learning how to plan for my own family, for myself, right? My community, Cambodian. And later on, I found out a lot of people are sick, a lot of people are sick, including myself. When we get older, right? We get older, we get sick. When we feel unhealthy, we don't care about anything else. You know what I mean? So this is why I include health, okay, discussion. So I was sharing the financial literacy campaign stories, but then I found out people are also have health challenge. We help people plan ahead of time, have a few $1 million at least, right? $1 million at least from day one, right? And so people have a lot of money, but then they have poor health. And that's why I decided to promote health as well. And I get free products, as you can see that way, free products. So if you're interested in getting free product and help your family, I can share with you. But I want to continue to share. So you can learn two things, right? Learn about health and learn how to have plans. So we don't have to work the rest of our life. Okay, more people work from young age to very old, like 65, past 65, and still broke. So we have a big problem. That's why we have to do something, right? So join our mission, join our campaign, and to learn more. All right. Well, thank you for watching, and let me start a new segment. We'll continue to watch. Let's continue to watch more stories. Okay. Very, very important. Life is all about sharing good stories. What is your story? Most people share problems. We love to share solution. Okay. We know there's a lot of problem. Number one problem is not making enough money, struggling, paying the bills. Okay. Number two, not having enough time. You know, it's hard to have a great life when you don't have enough time for your spouse, for your children, for your parents. That's a major, major relationship cause. Number one cause of relationship breakup. You're never there for each other. How can you stay connected, right? So that financial and health. I see people live a long life, have everything going, but have very poor health because most of us don't talk about health care. We talk about fun lifestyle. So when we're with people who eat, we eat. People who do whatever, right? So we rarely talk about health. And people ask me, well, there's gyms in every corner. Why everybody's still obese, right? Gain weight, including ourselves, right? So anyway, I love two things, promote health and wellness, okay? And how to build wealth. Let's continue to watch more stories, comment, and share if you see the benefits for you and your loved one, okay? The next one is
Hi, my name is Calvin Sun. I'm from Montreal, Canada. Today, I would like to share with you about my WG journey. Before I joined WG, I was undergraduate student, had no experience at all about finance. However, I always wanted to learn how money works and work in the financial field. I was 23 and single when I joined WG. Now, I'm a father of three wonderful kids and have a beautiful wife, Melody. Because of WSB and WFG system, I was able to bring my family to travel to different places and met many wonderful people. 5 years ago, when we had our second daughter, I offered my wife to quit her job so that she can have more time for our family. When I started this business, I never thought that I could earn like 100K ring and open my own office. Before 2019, my team was pretty much me, myself, and I.
it's okay to start with just
But
you.
after attending the WSB Trainer Academy in Montreal at the end of 2019, I started recruiting. It was another turning point for my WG career. Last year, at the beginning of a pandemic, I was very scared and uncertain about my business and my career. Luckily, I keep believing in the WSB system by using Zoom and attending all kind of WSB workshops from home. Because of that, my career had a major transformation. I was able to build my distribution channel in many cities across Canada and even in California when I was staying home. Last, I would like to thank our great coach Swan and WSB community to give me this opportunity to share my WSG story. I cannot wait for the next WSB trip to bring my whole family to explore the new world again. Thank you and God bless you.
Wow. Really nice. Really nice, everybody. What do you think about that? Wow. So much inspiration, right, Kevin? Let me see. So, what do you think about Kevin's story? All right. Amazing. So amazing. I need to share my own story too. All right. Very, very amazing stories. A lot of people don't understand our community, a lot of people don't understand our organization. All right. I don't know what to say. I keep sharing this. I want to keep sharing this, right? Because all I have is good news. All I have is good news, guys. This is why I want to get up early and share this. Let me start a new one. Let me start a new one, okay? I have too much going on here.